Hmm. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Man. Hmm. I guess we just have to do this from scratch. Okay. We're gonna have to do this from scratch. Yet again, Top Step X, the platform has deleted all my chart drawings on this chart. All the drawings that I had, it deleted it. So, man, that's so frustrating. That is frustrating. That's frustrating. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. So let's just get started. All right. So today, I'll just do that next time. I'll do that next time. So today was definitely a challenging day. Definitely challenging. If he was a bull for majority of today's session, you made a lot of money today. If you were a bear, outside of the end of the session, unfortunately, you became market liquidity or a donation, a liquidity donation to the market. We're going to take this day to the chin. I mean, we don't have days like this every day where only bullish price action works, but for the most part, only bullish price action works. So I was speaking with Smith, and as much as I like trading on both sides of the market, I believe for right now, until the market begins to show favor to both sides of the market, I think it's safer to trade just on the long side of the market. Just wait for the long opportunities and acknowledge the short opportunities, but just wait for the opportunities to go long, because yeah, we look at this chart, as we will in a second. Yeah, the bulls definitely had control today. The bears weren't even able to fill that gap before even taking off like that. So it just shows you how strong the bulls were today. But let's get into tomorrow's news, and we'll talk about a game plan going into tomorrow. Okay. So for tomorrow, the 18th. All right. So at 7:30, we have some retail sales at 7:30. The red book is not necessarily important. It's not necessarily market moving, so we're just going to ignore that. Around at 8:15, we have the capacity utilization and the industrial production for the month of May. At 9 o'clock, we have business inventories and we have Fed Barkin speaking. At 12 o'clock, we do have the 20-year bond auction, but I mean, honestly, the Fed buys its own bonds, so from 12 to 1 o'clock, we do have a couple of Fed speakers, Kugler, Logan, Mosalem, if I pronounce that correctly, and Goolsby. And that's it. I mean, this is when the market's closed, so this data wouldn't affect us at all anyway. So that's what we have going into tomorrow. The only thing to look out for is obviously the Fed speakers. I don't think business inventory is going to be a big thing, but obviously retail sales is definitely going to be a market mover. So just make sure that at 7:30 Central Time tomorrow morning, if you're in a position, if you're well positioned, just protect yourself. If you're not in a position, then just be mindful. If you're going to gamble, just be mindful. This should be market moving going into tomorrow. And with that said, let's jump into the charts. So I had the drawings already pre-drawn out, but this is I may go back to trading, or I might possibly start doing the NA meetings on Ninja Trader instead of Top Step X. For some reason, it keeps deleting my drawings, and I have to redraw them, and that can definitely be frustrating. But good thing I know what I'm doing, because we'll just continue to redraw them. So about all right. So about right here. What's the so about right there, and that was the so for right now, this is going to be a potential area of resistance. I highly doubt that this area is going to hold. We've seen all day that the bulls have they definitely just use the bears as fuel to move this market higher. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 breakouts before the bears were finally successful. You got to think about that. We've had 6 breakouts in one session, and the bears actually, was this today? Yeah, 7, 8, about 7 to 8 breakouts today to the upside. So that goes to show how much of control the bulls have and how weak the bears have been when it's their turn to rotate the market lower. Just weak. About right there. Yeah, about right there. About right there. Actually, no. Yeah, about right there. Make that into the equilibrium zone. Okay. And so far, so we do have a couple of areas that I'm actually looking out for going into tomorrow's session with the Nasdaq. As you can see, that I've already got my limits set up, and I will be taking these trades, or I'll be hoping that these trades get filled overnight, and I will be taking them. Um, hmm. Mhm. Okay. So at least for the NQ, at least for the NQ, there's definitely a bunch of areas that I'm going to be looking for. Actually, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to trade the NQ overnight. I probably won't even go to sleep if I did that. But there's actually certain areas that I am looking at for overnight with the NQ. Now, we do have a potential area here at 150 to 155. 155 for a potential bounce going higher. Now, if you look over here at the hourly chart, actually, let's see if we can get this whole thing. Let me see. So if you look here, over here at the sorry about that. Okay. All right, so yeah, so if you look over here at the tick chart, so I was looking forward to long in this area at the open. However, by the time the market opened, we had this massive green candle up, and obviously I'm not going to buy the high. Potentially at around 155, the market could double bottom here for a retest, or not a retest, for price to trade right back into this range right here. This is a possibility. However, I think the better trade is in a range between, draw this out, 137 to about 120. I think this might be, or this could potentially be a great area for the bulls to come back in and try to take price higher. Now, we may get a bounce here at 36. However, I will feel more comfortable trading here around that 21. To about 18 level. Actually, I would feel more comfortable trading in that 24 to 18 level. Basically somewhere in here. I feel that if the price does find its way back into this range right here, because if we get a break of this range, price is going to begin to trade into this range right here. And this right here is enough of a pullback where the risk reward looks like this. And we can have a small stop with our stop underneath, somewhere underneath this candle right here. I feel that this trade going into tomorrow would definitely be the trade that you would want to look out for and participate in. Now, the bulls have been completely regarded. If you bought any high today, you were still profitable. The market didn't sell off until after the bulls took profits at the end of the session. So, and I know a lot of bears, or I know a lot of bulls got caught up in this move higher because we didn't even get a retest of this high. We didn't even get close to this high. So I know that as the bulls were trying to retest this high and we got that sell-off towards the end of the session, I know a lot of people got caught. And you can tell because we have no green candles in this whole sequence until we get into this range right here. So that's how I know that this was just a stop run, not the bears taking control. It was just bulls taking the profits and the late bulls getting caught up using their stops as fuel to trade right back into this range. Now, we could see price trade back into this range right here, and we can possibly see another rejection from here. And what's more likely to happen is potentially a double bottom at this level. Potentially. If we get this and we start seeing the bulls create structure, then that 155 level that I got my eye on will be a great area to enter long for a retest of this high. But if the bulls fail here, then I'm going to be looking for this area to long for a retest of this range. So let's actually write that down. So what I'm looking for. So I want to see how the bulls are going to react around 155. If the bulls hold this, okay, so if the bulls fail to hold that 155 level, I'm going to be looking to see how price reacts around that 136, actually, 136. That 136 to about 122 to 118. And if he were to get in at 136 with a 27-point stop, I mean, you have until 109 to get stopped out of this position. Honestly, if price trades past 118, then it's highly unlikely for the bulls to trade price higher. That means that price or the market is looking for lower prices. So the entry around 136 for the 27-point stop loss, you can define your own risk. That will encompass the entire range that I'm looking at. And if we do get price, and if price does trade below 118, then that means that the market is looking for lower prices. But I would never recommend trading the Nasdaq without ever monitoring her, because we all know how she trades. That bitch is crazy. So this whole area right here is what I'm going to be looking for the bulls to come in and actually trade price higher. Now, if we do get a break of structure here and price continues down lower, then I mean, I don't think like 180. Yeah, that seems about, yeah. Then that means that I wouldn't feel comfortable until price reaches this, about 127, 125, about 127, 127, right there. It'll be highly unlikely for the bulls or for the bears to trade past this level. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely for the bears to trade past this level without any major news, without any real reaction, because the bears would have to trade through 1, 2, and major support. And if price does trade below this, then obviously that means that the market wanted to fill this gap right here. I do have my eyes on this gap. The market will eventually fill this gap, because all gaps get filled in futures, in the futures market. And so if we do get a break of this structure, then the next objective is to fill this gap. However, we have Juneteenth on Wednesday. I still believe that the futures market is still trading, but I believe the stock market may be closed. I believe that Juneteenth is a federal holiday now. Let's actually look at that. Let's look at that. All right, so the stock market will be closed on Juneteenth. I do believe that the futures markets will still be open, but it will be trading the holiday hours, if I'm not mistaken. But the stock market will be closed. So okay. All right, so that's the game plan going into tomorrow for the Nasdaq. I'm actually going to leave this right here, up here, so I can reference this going into tomorrow. About the game plan scenarios for tomorrow, I guess I will add that the 2027 does look like I'm pretty sure that gap will be used as a trap. I'm pretty sure it will be. I believe OPEX is this Friday, and I'm pretty sure that, or is it? I think OPEX is Friday. Let's actually look at that as well. Okay. So for the month of June, yes, it will be on the 22nd. So options stops trading. Holiday options expire. I wonder why the options stopped trading on 21st. I'm pretty sure it's just for them to expire. Okay. So yeah, so we have option expiration on the 22nd. But that's Saturday, so I guess they're gonna do it on Friday. Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna do it on Friday. But they expire on Saturday. And it appears that a lot of option expirations will be expiring on Saturday, but I guess they're gonna do it on Friday. Okay. All right, so we got the game plan. We know what's gonna happen. I believe that we may get that after we come back from Juneteenth. We may get that gap filled on Thursday or Friday. One of these days, that gap is getting filled. So I will be on the lookout for that. All right. But with that said, that's all I have on the NQ. Let's jump into this ES chart real quick. Okay, so I will be actually leaving limits on the ES going into tomorrow. I will be. I think I have to actually switch into my NinjaTrader chart for this one, for the ES, to show you why I'm actually targeting that 519 area to go long. Okay. Hmm. Maybe it's on the June chart. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know. But anyway. So I guess I was looking at this. Actually, I really don't know why this is saying that this was 519. But anyway. So I'm targeting this 519 area because when I was looking at my charts, with I guess glancing at it, I saw that this was a high. It's lining up with this VWAP. Even though VWAP is not here currently, this high right here, I think that people are going to use this 519 level as support. And another reason why I'm using this 519 area as a potential area for price to bounce It's because of that psychological level. The market likes that 100 level, that 20 level, that 50 level, 60 to 70, 80, and then 100. So I'm betting on if the market does trade into this 519 area, this is where the market is going to want to find support. But I do have my limit sitting at 522. That's where I'm gonna get long with the ES. Yeah, I wonder why I did that. But yeah, that 520 level. Okay, so yeah, so let's go back into this. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking to get in at actually 23.50. I have another one here at 520 trying to front run it, and obviously my risk is going to be $500 to $600 on this. But if price does trade down here, this is an area where I do expect for the bulls to come right back in and try to take the market back up higher. Let's actually look at this one more time before. Because I highly doubt it. Yeah, we could see that. We could see that. Because we did get a breakout. We did get a breakout here at 503. This 509. This 509 level right here can definitely be an area where they come back right here as well. 12. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put this right here. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is good. This is good. Honestly, I would prefer to be a part of this short, but right now the shorts are just not working. The shorts are just not working. On a regular day, this right here, we got a double top right here. Actually, let me do this real quick. I mean, we got a double top right here, and we can see price reject. However, the bears are just not holding their end of the deal. They're not allowing, well, the bulls are not allowing the bears to rotate price lower. And when the bears do get a price, or when the bears are able to rotate price lower, the bulls immediately buy this back up. And this move up can definitely shake out a lot of bears. But you have a lower low in price. We have a retest of a prior swing. And something like this should always work, or for the most part work. We have a break of structure here. We have price returning back to the neckline of that break of structure. So somewhere in this area, the short should work. But we're just not seeing that. Right now, the bears appear that they're trying to sell price lower, but at this point, I don't even trust being a bear. At this point, I might actually just like seriously not trade to the short side in a while until the bears show that they can just rotate the market lower without getting this big explosive move lower without the bulls taking profits. We had a situation early on stream where I believe it was like 516. Yeah, right here. This right here should have been an easy short. An easy short to the downside. This would be considered an A+ setup short. Back into this range, and from here, what would usually happen is the bulls will find support somewhere in this area, and then we saw that move higher like this. But we didn't get that. We saw the bears or the bulls using the bear stops to push this market higher versus the price action way. So this just shows me that the bears just are not, they're not strong enough in this market, in today's market. So, and I really don't like being on the losing side of the market. I really don't. So, like I said, I would love to be a part of this short. But I think if price does get down into this area, it's going to be choppy. It's going to be nerve-wracking. And it's just easier to trade to the long side and just wait patiently for price to trade into this area. So that's what I'm going to do. I will still keep my eye on that 520 level. If I see them building support at that 520 level. But yeah, they might as well just come back into this range. They might as well. They might as well come back into this range. All right. So yeah, this is the position I'm going to hold overnight. Man, I would love to be a part of this short. Okay. But all right. So that's all I have. I've shared with you guys. Actually, let me just write this down real quick. All right, so okay. Man, that looks like a good short, but I don't trust it at this point. I no longer trust shorts. I no longer trust shorts, but man, this does look like a good short setup. This looks like a great short setup. But all right, guys, that's all I have. I appreciate you guys joining. Like I said, this is the area where I believe that if the market trades into, we'll get a reaction on the ES. And somewhere in this range right here for the Nasdaq, we can definitely, oh, crap. That reminds me. We can definitely see a bounce somewhere in this area. If not, then I'm going to be looking for the price to trade back into this range right here. And I do expect for the bulls to protect this range, and we will see possibly a move higher. I do see another range right here, but this is not a range of support. This is an equilibrium range. And so I expect for them to protect this range. If we lose this, then obviously the market wants to fill this big giant gap. So just be mindful of that. But all right, guys, peace out.